All fabulous. Let me get your glasses on. This, I suspect, is that thing that's come all the way from China. Look at that. Yes, it is. It is the Car2Play. Hang on, get rid of that box. There we go. It's the wireless CarPlay dongle. They call it carplay2air. Yeah, actually, this looks alright. The key thing there is that we have immediate connection to your phone. I'm just going to open the box, which actually does feel like it's a decently made one. It's a bit like Apple type stuff. Very good, very good. Obviously you get a little user manual with it, and there it is. It would be nice if they put a USB-C connector on it, but I think the car's got both anyway, so it makes no odds on that front. This does have a bit of plastic around it. It looks fairly straightforward. You just plug it in and there you go. I'll show you outside. You don't get much easier than this. According to this, there are only 2 steps. Connect it and follow the instructions. So that's what we'll do. So we'll start with unplugging the wire that I have already for my CarPlay stuff. That can go, and then put this in exactly the same hole. Okay, done. Now then, I'll just switch the ignition on the car. Things to appear. Now it says Apple CarPlay in Volvo. Do you want to accept all this? Yes, I do. Disconnect. I found already connected to the CarPlay. Start Apple CarPlay, but disconnect. Do you want to start? Yes. Oh, so this is the Bluetooth connection on this phone. So I'm saying yes. I want to get rid of that. Now it says starting Apple CarPlay down there. Do I have to do anything on here? Oh, 65. Let me just log on to that. Using a Bluetooth connection, Volvo auto placement USB, waiting for connection. I presume I have to go into Bluetooth mode, do I? Bluetooth. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Sorry, you were waiting for me. I had to go in and press something. Now it says CarPlay and connecting. You use CarPlay, yes. And it says connected down the bottom there. And up the CarPlay works. Fabulous. That was bloody easy, wasn't it? Right, hang on. Let me just see if that works then. So, we'll turn it all back off. And we'll just go out the car. I'll come back in again. It's all off. I put my phone down. I connect. Start it up. Loading. How quick is that then? Loading, loading, loading. That's the Bluetooth connection. Disconnect phone. Yes. Starting CarPlay. Yeah. Auto connecting. And there we go. Fabulous. What else do we get on here? Phone stuff, yeah. Music. Oh. Well, I have to say, that's quite impressive. Just immediately connects and away you go. Might take a minute to actually get you going, but that's fine and dandy. Well, there we go. Happy with that. 2 instructions. I like that. Easy peasy. £85 that was, instead of the wired connection, which means I don't have to have this plugged in all the time, which will degrade the battery on these phones. So I'm quite chuffed with that. CarPlay2air, very good. So far so good. We'll see what it's like when I'm out and about. So from my point of view, that is good. One thing to note is when you order it, it took 10 days to arrive, and there is a tracking number. You can follow it as it leaves China, jumps on a plane, and then arrives over here. But bear that in mind, about 10 days was how long it took for mine to arrive. Well, good morning. I hope this is working. We are filming on 2 GoPros because the one I'm talking to you on had this intermittent audio popping noise, and apparently that is fixed via a setting within it. The other GoPro, which is just there, it's not actually displaying the same issue, but hopefully this has fixed it. Anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. It is quite a monumental day today. Obviously we've got the new car, which I haven't tested with Caravan on yet, so we're going to check that out, make sure everything still works. I do have quite a bit to do today, including the tow ball, which hopefully is now not shiny, has had a severe attack of sandpaper, so that should be that done. I will also need to do the water and waste on it, so I do that in one lump, just to clean it all out for a new season. So what we'll do is we'll put the aquarol on the front. What I do is half fill it, chuck in Milton fluid or an equivalent, which is also very good, and that's half all that, because obviously I did it last year. So that will then get sucked into the Caravan through all the taps, clean everything out, and then we'll exit out into the waste master, which will be on the back, and then I can give that a clean at the same time as well. So 2 birds 1 stone. She has mentioned that satellite dish. The problem with the satellite dish is because this Caravan's nearly 4 years old now, so when it goes up it makes a horrible squeaking sound, and when it rotates, I think it only does it in one direction, it squeaks. What that means is inside it there are loads of cogs and wheels, so what I've got to do is take it apart, which means you've got to take the dish off in order to get to the lugs to remove the cover, and then once you've done that you can clean everything, put it all back together, grease it all, and then put it all back on. Now there is a reason why I'm doing that as well, because I'm just looking at posts that people are putting up and doing some research. As part of an extra bit to the service, garages, caravan shops for example, are adding an extra £200 on in order to do that. So I don't think you need to spend that 200 quid. I've got grease, I've got a ladder, I know how to get it off, so I'll do it myself. So either way, hook it up to the back of the car, give it a test, and then I take it on a little test drive as well, just to prove everything's working, but I also do my reversing practice at the same time. Nearly all the time you're going to have to reverse onto a pitch. Okay, that's all working. View at the back. Obviously a GoPro up there, but anyway, the tyrepal is something to look at. Got the fact there are 4 sensors on there, which is good, so I just need to check the batteries, pump the tyres up as well, so we'll see what reading they do give us. Obviously I'm filming on the phone, believe me, there is no cable. In fact, there's nothing plugged in, it's all under here. That's what I normally have, so it would normally be plugged into actually that slot down there, but it's got the actual car-to-air thing down there, so this is entirely wireless now. This is a plug share app, which is that icon there, but it's also got Zap Map on it as well, which shows you where the chargers are. Obviously with this car it doesn't really matter so much because I've got petrol, but Fiona's car, if you're out with that, she's got the same app on hers, but hers is entirely electric, so that is a filling stations in effect. Okay, let's go on a little test. Starts off in hybrid mode, which means it won't make any noise whatsoever. I'll just put it off. I do like the fact it goes really slow. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed, when hooking up and you get really close and you have to do those last few bits, little dabbling, and it's hard to do with petrol diesel cars. Because this is electric, it goes back millimetre perfect, so you don't have to mess around with it. That's it, we're off that curve. Here we go. I can hear the engine, so the engine has kicked in. Yeah, I can hear the engine. So when you go over a certain requirement, then the petrol engine kicks in. It's very seamless, you have no idea whether it's in or not. I am fairly lucky that this school, obviously Monday to Friday, is busy, but this is the weekend, so there shouldn't be anything in there. There is a roundabout coming up, so that'll be my little first test. I'll just wind the window down, so hopefully you shouldn't hear anything. There's nothing behind us. Silent, fabulous. And down here, the entrance to the school is to the right, so I can just reverse around that corner. They have a little bollard look down there, so around to the right, and go all the way around this roundabout. Quite small ones, which is good, so that means you go wide. In fact, it's bringing it around, which is good. Yeah, you can see that they're doing something in there today. Either way, I shall just bring it up to the end. And straight along there, so. Okay. Oh, my phone. Okay, so how's the tyre power performing? Well, that's one wheel, 34, it should be 36, 34 on the other one. That's not bad. I'll be quite happy with 34s actually, 34 all the way around. Cool, and the other one, and just got it 35. So I'm quite happy with that. Tyre power's batteries are working as well, so that's cool. That's not too bad at all. So ended up with a little bit of space at the back of it, which is not too bad. Happy with that. And we're pointing kind of dead straight down the road. Oh, blimey, that's nippy. Anyway, I'll tell you what I won't be doing is doing that satellite squeak today. It's too cold. My hands are going to freeze. Anyway, that was a successful test. She's performing just as she should. I do like the hybrid piece. The fact that you do start off in electric is good. Dead silent. That'll go down well on campsites, won't it? Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is just having a quick butchers at whether or not this is level or not. Because ideally you want the caravan to be pointed down a little bit. Now this car does have air suspension. But also this phone's got a spirit level, so let's go and have a look and see what the damage is like so far. I mean, look at that spirit level at the bottom. If it was nose down, so I'm pointing it down quite a lot, then obviously the bubble's at the back. That's where it kind of should be more to the back. So if I put it in the middle here, it is, oops, sorry, it is, yeah, kind of in the middle. Now, this car, as I say, has got air suspension. What it does have is a button on there. You can say I want to lower it down, and the car's now going down. That's as low as it goes from that point of view. So there's not such a big mark on the wheel arch now, big hole. And then if I do that again, oh, that's better. Then the bubble's at the back. So now we are getting nose down. So in hybrid mode, with the suspension as low as it can at the back, will give us what we need on the back of the caravan in terms of towing. So there we go. So this wireless CarPlay, brilliant. So that's the way it should be. Fiona will wind me up, I know, because she'll be going, my BMW has wireless CarPlay anyway. Yeah, well, Volvo haven't got around to that, still wired. I've done that reverse around the corner quite a few times now. The whole thing about reversing anyway is just to take your time, and if you make a boo-boo, go forward. There's nobody watching. In your mind, don't care about anybody else, just take your time and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Ah yes, the water.
Oh, it's starting to rain. Okay.
So there we go, we finished doing our little test drive, and I have to say, fabulous. What we're going to do now is do the water all the way through the caravan, plug it into all this lot, do the water and the waste, we'll clean all that up and the pipes out, and we'll use melted fluid or an equivalent. That's about half full, that's just over 3/4 full, but that'll suck everything in and back out the other side. But I did notice that this is stiff like it was last year, do you remember?
Yeah.
Oh yes. And what we did was we got the tray, we got olive oil, and we'll just squirt it all over the edges. He says missing every time he does it. And let's try it now. I've got it all over my fingers, I just swipe it all over this. Straight in, straight out, straight in, straight out. It's easy now. Job done. We're all done. We're all done. So most of the water, I'd say most, 90% of the water's out. So we've got through. Don't forget you got to do all three. So that's shower, the bathroom at the back, sink that is, and obviously the main one, the kitchen.
So don't forget, Steve, tell everyone about the alarm.
Oh yes, yes. All this is just a little alarm to tell you when you've got no water. Look, can you hear it go beep? In a bit of water, and it's happy. So all there is, and we'll just disconnect that. Now we've oiled it, life is a lot easier. So at the end it's just 2 bits of wire. So if it detects air, the alarm goes off. If it doesn't and detects water, it shuts up. So, you know, being as our kids are not always with us, you know, there you go, it's finished. So, you know, it's only a £5 on I think it was eBay, it's a £5. No brainer. Well, that's it for this one. Please like, subscribe and hit the little bell, and we'll see you on the next one.